Dave, this is Christopher Daniels.
Hey everyone, it's the Native American Tonka. Want to give a big shout out to Dead on Dave.
Dave, this is Leon White, Big Van Vader.
Dead on Dave. What's up, man? It's the coach.
Hello, this is the hardcore legend Mick Foley, and I know when I want to keep up with the latest in wrestling news from around the world, I check in with Dead on Dave Productions. He covers a wide variety of wrestling topics, including the career of the hardcore legend. Don't miss it. Dead on Productions. Yeah.
What's going on, everyone? It is your boy, Dead on Dave. Welcome to the channel. Sorry it took me a couple minutes to get up and running. I snapped my fucking headphone jack in my TV because I'm a superstar. Getting ready for you guys. I got so excited because you guys get me all hot and bothered and ready to go. You get my nipples hard. You get everything excited. So I snapped my goddamn headphone jack, which sucks, because now I can't hear you guys perfectly through my ears. So, yes, we're going to try the caller thing tonight, but if too much feedback is getting picked up by my microphone because I live in a goddamn echo chamber, might put a kibosh on the old callers. But until that time comes, you guys are more than welcome to call in right now on Skype. David Vancura, DavidVancura. You never know who's going to join us. You never know who's going to call in. That's the magic of Dead on Dave Productions. Now, if you have yet to go over and watch the Joe Cronin Show, make sure after this show you go watch Joe Cronin's amazing review that I was a part of. We did the best we could with a very subpar evening of Monday Night Raw. Now, there was some things I liked, and I thought they did do things quite effectively. My biggest problem of the night was not necessarily anything that happened in the ring or on promos. Now, while that was herky-jerky, it feels like on nights like this, when the commercials are so frequent, you just can't get invested into the show. That was my issue tonight. Could not get invested whatsoever. And it was a problem that I had since from the beginning, basically to the end. Let's go ahead and take a caller. Jones the Saiyan, you are live with Dead on Dave. What you got?
Hey, what's going on, Dave?
Jones the Saiyan, going once.
Oh, hey, can you hear me?
Going twice. Jones the Saiyan.
Can you hear me?
Your friend Cake, my favorite, is calling. You're live with Dead on Dave. What you got? Your friend Cake. Your friend Cake. Can't hear you, man. I have a feeling there might be an issue with my speakers. I'm going to play an audio clip here to make sure that I can actually hear it. Let's see if I can hear myself or if it's just callers being terrible. Your friend Cake. Your friend. Nope, it's not. It's not the caller's fault. Holy God. This is one of those nights, kids, I probably won't be able to take calls. I snapped off my goddamn headphone jack, and it looks like I can't hear anything out of my TV because my TV doesn't know what to do. All right. Yeah. So let's get back to the copious amounts of notes, and maybe I can snap this thing into work, and I don't know. Maybe I'll throw shit at my TV until it decides to work. Or, yeah. You know what? You know what it's time for? I know exactly what it's time for. Let's do epic intro time, huh? Epic intro. Yes, we're going to play the epic intro while I try to fix this thing. So if you guys are a fan of the epic intro, get ready, because here it comes just like me. I'm coming. Here we go. Let me find the goddamn thing. What a cluster. There we go. All right, I'm back. Oh my God. What a cluster fart. Yeah, that's right. So I think that we're good now, so you can go ahead and try to call again. And I think my equipment will work properly now. I apologize for that. How unprofessional of your boy, Dead on Dave. But this is why we donate, so we can upgrade equipment, right? Now I can get a mixer and shit. So if you want to donate to the channel, and why you would, I have no idea after that beginning of horribleness. But if you want to, go right into the description box below, click the donate button, and donate to your boy. Here's a tip, fat man. Boom. That's all you got to do. Or you can go get something for your buck if you want to, and go to my merchandise site, deadondave.spreadshirt.com, and pick up the Copious shirt, the Copious mug, and many other things. And you can do that as well. Or you can just hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, because that's free. Everybody's happy. Cool? Cool beans. Let's get back to Raw until we take another caller and find out if my audio is working properly. Jesus. What a cluster jam. Cake. The good news is I can still hear my shit, so we're good. Let's take a call. Your friend Cake is calling. You were live with Dead on Dave. What you got? Ah, fuck it. God damn it. We're shutting down the calls tonight, folks. It's just not working. My favorite. Oh, no, the audio is working. I don't know what the fuck happened there. Anyway, we're good. We're going to try and take another call as soon as somebody else tries to call. And this is insane tonight. Anyway, let's get back into Raw, shall we? Let's start doing our thing. Like what I was saying, my biggest problem with Raw tonight was the fact that I just couldn't get invested because of all the commercials. The commercials were absolutely slaughtering me tonight. There was no flow. There was no continuity between segments. It just felt very forced because, let's face it, I understand why. It's the week of SummerSlam. It's one of their biggest events of the year. They had all the stars, all their biggest stars were there tonight. So they were going to sell as much ad revenue as humanly possible. So they did. And they made some money. That's great. But did they sacrifice too much? And I feel for tonight, they did. Look, I think the majority of the matches that are going to sell the pay-per-view still did their job. I really enjoyed the whole Seth Rollins, John Cena segment, even though it was 25 minutes long. Thank you, Terry, for the correction. I thought it was only 22, but I just took a shot in the dark. And I enjoyed the ending segment. I liked Lesnar coming out there being the hero of the Minnesotans, whatever. And Heyman singing, but they did the exact same spot with The Undertaker that they did at Battleground, or whatever the last pay-per-view was. Nutshot, chokeslam, tombstone. Well, that wasn't very inspired, now was it? It was a little frustratingly bad. Didn't know what that point of that was, but that's what we got, and that's what it was. So, hey, for those of you wondering, if you're just joining in and you're wondering where are the callers, well, we're trying to take callers. If you call in, you can go ahead and try now on Skype, David Vancura, DavidVancura, and hopefully I can take your call. I had a little issue before the show getting everything ready. I tripped over a cable and yanked it right out and broke the jack off in my television, and it looks like it may not play audio anymore. So that's not good, because that means essentially my TV's broken. And that is nicht bueno. That's no good, see? But hey, one of you guys could help me out and call in and let me know if the audio is working. Let's see here. It is calling. Yeah, I can still hear. So go ahead and call in on Skype. We're still hearing stuff. Do yo thing. So here we go. Let's get back into it, because I do have copious amounts of notes. Copious amounts of note. And what's up to everyone in the chat doing their thing? Jake Hardy, you've been in there all day waiting for responses. So there's that. And go ahead. Good shout out to you. Ed's View, he's in there. He's always around. Shout out to you, my friend. So there we go. Thank you guys in the chat for keeping the chat lively. So let's get back into Raw. We're going to start right at the beginning here. I felt the problems with the show were apparent from the beginning. It felt like everybody was off time. It started with Stephanie and Triple H in the ring. It just, nothing clicked. Nothing clicked. There was problems with the video packages. Weren't lining up to what she was saying. She actually took like a good 10-second pause, and there was dead air, which is rare for them, especially because usually they would just keep going. But they seemed a little befuddled by it and lost their place. That was a common theme throughout the night. But overall, I actually liked the opening. I liked the hyping of SummerSlam, because I think it's important to note how big of a week this is for WWE. It's a huge week. It's a huge week. It's a huge week for anybody associated with wrestling because, let's face it, lots of eyeballs are going to be looking for content, and we all want to put our best foot forward. And I think the WWE tried to do a little bit too much, at least in their minds they did. They tried to pack a lot of promos to sell this event, but I think for most people, the event's already been sold. Tonight should have been more about focusing on the in-ring stuff so the matches matter. It seemed like they were focusing in, hopefully this will make sense. It felt like they were focusing on making the names matter more than the matches. We heard a lot about legacies. We heard a lot about past accolades. We heard a lot about things that probably don't matter as much as they might have thought they did. We want to see why these matches, the actual physical in-ring competition that we're going to see, is going to draw us in. That's what we needed. That's the story we needed to be told tonight, and we didn't get told that. And I think that was a little bit unfortunate. You know, it was a little frustrating, I think. People are saying that my mic is a little bit low, so if that's the case, I will go ahead and make sure that that is not the case. But, yeah, apologize for that, for any technical difficulties tonight. I'll turn it up just a little bit. Tonight is a night for love. There we go. That should be a little bit louder for you guys. How are we doing now? A little bit louder now. Yeah. So, where was I at? That's right. Beginning of the night. So, I didn't feel that it was a waste of promo at the beginning, but I felt that throughout the night they did focus on the wrong things, and it kind of got off on a weird spot. But I was possibly just distracted because I have this love affair with Stephanie McMahon. Just a little bit. I really do enjoy looking at her. So thank you for that, WWE. And she was really toned down tonight. Like, not loud colors. She was just, it was me likey. Me likey the hair. Me likey the toned down makeup. Me likey the outfit. Dave likey. That was kind of my whole thing. The first match of the night I thought was probably the best match of the entire show. Let's face it. RKO and Cesaro versus Kevin Owens and Sheamus. Sheamus doing his thing. Kevin Owens and Sheamus were both playing the exact same type of heel role, not wanting to get into the ring at first. Sheamus comes out, respect the Hawk. I kind of like that. I smell a t-shirt. It was a really ugly finish to this match, which I thought kind of marred the match a little bit, but it was still mainly the best thing we saw wrestling-wise tonight. Maybe I'll see something in my notes that make me come to a different conclusion later, and I think I already spotted something. But the ugly finish with the RKO, where he almost hit it on one person, and then he kind of got pushed into the other, and then boom. I don't know. It was a lot of really good moments, and then a flub there that kind of took away from the ending, and we got an ugly finish. And that's kind of unfortunate, but sometimes you're going to get that when you try to get ambitious with trying to find new ways of setting up an RKO. The RKO out of nowhere can only be so many ways. So, it can get a little bit frustrating. Jake Hardy says, Dave, I found out one of my fave tag teams, Epico and Primo, are Los Matadores. I'm shocked. Huh. That's strange. I don't know. So now people are saying that the mic is too loud. Okie dokie. Well, I can fix that too. Jones the saying, you are live with Dead on Dave. Hopefully now you can be heard. What's going on? What you got?
Can you hear me, Dave?
I can. Thank you. I apologize for the audio difficulties tonight.
Yeah, that's fine. I have a couple of points from Raw tonight.
Yeah, what
and a couple of questions too. First question is, when do you see Sheamus cashing in the Money in the Bank?
That's a good question. I think a lot of people are wondering. We finally got a little bit of intrigue with Sheamus with the Money in the Bank last week. Finally something started to happen. It could happen at SummerSlam. I don't see it happening at SummerSlam, but it very well could. I think it's going to wait. They're going to wait a little bit. I don't see them waiting till WrestleMania. Probably somewhere around Royal Rumble. That's what I'm thinking.
Well,
maybe even before.
I'm thinking my prediction is he's probably going to end up cashing in after WrestleMania or even at WrestleMania like Seth Rollins did this year. That would actually wouldn't be a bad look. But another question I had is who do you see going over in this match between Undertaker and Brock Lesnar?
It all depends on what they want to do after. That's the biggest thing. I think Undertaker needs the win for storyline's sake going into WrestleMania 32, but Brock Lesnar probably should win. Now, it's obvious to all of us that The Undertaker needs to have a big match at WrestleMania. It's WrestleMania 32. It's in Texas. They got to sell out Jerry World. There's all these reasons. Oh, by the way, we got a donation. Stone Cold Cronin fan donated $3.16. I apologize for my tasteless joke about your penis tonight on Joe's show. Hold on, I got to read the rest of that because it's hilarious. I will finish answering your question in 1 second. That's hilarious, though. I have to finish reading that because that's funny. Connect to Twitch, you stupid son of a bitch. Stupid Twitch alert. I got my stupid thing off, too. I apologize for my tasteless joke about your penis tonight on Joe's show. I was frustrated that Raw was so boring and still cannot call in. And also, I have a very small penis myself. Glad you are well and working on the show. I like the meme section. Yes, a lot of people do enjoy the meme section. Thank you, Stone Cold Cronin fan, for the $3.16 donation. Nicely done. Nicely done. Back to answering your question, Mr. Saiyan. Where was I? Yes. I think, like I said, I think Undertaker has to win the match, so more than likely he will. I don't know if it's going to be in a screwy finish. I don't see it because we're just coming off of a screwy finish for Lesnar, but you never know. Like, it would not shock me if Sting got involved. I think that's stupid, but it could happen.
Well, where do you see Brock Lesnar going after the match, win and lose?
Away. I see him going away until the next time to bring him in. He's worked a lot recently. He's probably worked most of his dates for the year already. So I see him going away until probably the end of the year. There's really no need to have him around. Maybe work one more pay-per-view depending on how the finish goes with The Undertaker. And then go away for a while. Maybe Royal Rumble. Maybe next time we see him.
How do you feel about the way WWE is handling Kevin Owens? He's in a feud with Finn Balor. He's got Finn Balor. He's got Sami Zayn. He can always go back to Cena. He's got Samoa Joe. Like, it's a lot going on with him right now. How do you feel like how are you feeling how they're handling him as of right now?
I think you hit it right on the head. With what you said is kind of what we're seeing. They have so many open options with Kevin Owens because I think they really do see him as a really bright spot in the WWE right now, and they want to continue to give him that time to shine. I don't know if they know exactly what's going to work best with what Kevin Owens does best of all, because he does so many things really well. I think they're trying to figure out the proper role for Kevin Owens, and that's a mistake, by the way, because roles is the whole reason why we have the current WWE situation that we have. Everybody has a role. Everyone has a slot. The beauty of Kevin Owens is he fits in every slot except, regular sized clothes. Other than that, he fits in everything else because he's an amazing worker with a great mind for the business and can cut amazing promos. He's very quick, very smart, very sharp, and he does so many things well. I think you kind of just got to let him tell stories, and I think that's part of the reason why they have so many things open-ended. The Finn Balor, Sami Zayn down the line, Samoa Joe, which they kind of gone away from. Joe hasn't brought up Kevin Owens in a while. Cesaro, always going back to Cena. There's all kinds of things that they can do, and I think it's a little bit of hesitation on WWE's part, but also possibly a sign of confidence in Kevin Owens. The fact that they feel he can handle all these different possibilities.
Do you see him going over Finn Balor on Saturday?
I do not. I thought that it was a possibility, but I don't see the point of having him win that title. Just the same, I don't see the point of having Sasha hold the NXT title past SummerSlam NXT TakeOver. I get that it's a sign of strength and they want to continue to build the strong name of NXT, and that's great. But at the same time, it kind of sends a mixed bag, because how strong can they be if, we just saw Sasha pin Nikki Bella, the Divas champion. So now they've painted themselves into a weird corner where you kind of feel like Sasha has to win an NXT TakeOver, because how could she possibly lose to Bayley? Unless they're saying by some weird association that Bayley's better than Nikki. That's how some people are going to take this. Is that what WWE is saying? No, of course not. Because they're not thinking in those terms. They rarely do. We do, because we're a bunch of idiots. So, I don't know. It's interesting. I don't think Kevin Owens is going to go over, but it would not shock me. I think you have to put Finn Balor over strong here. I think it's really important. It's going to really be looked at as a fluke. He only won because it was Japan. This is a ladder match. Anything can really happen. Don't be surprised if there is a return. If there is a return, that would not shock me. If Sami Zayn came out and got involved to screw Kevin Owens and maybe they continue their rivalry, that wouldn't surprise me. But who knows? Is that all you got, Mr. Jones?
I got one more point, and then I'm ready to go.
You got all. You're ambitious.
All right. Going back to the Seth Rollins John Cena feud, I feel like it would be a major waste to have Seth Rollins go over at SummerSlam, because over the past couple months you've had you built this thing where John Cena, where whoever takes the United States Championship from him is that's they're building up to this big thing. Like whoever takes the title is amazing. And I feel like it would all be a waste if you have Seth Rollins go over. But then again, on the flip side, I would hate to see John Cena with the World Heavyweight Championship and the U.S. title. Like that would be something horrendous, in my opinion. And I'm not sure where they're gonna go with this.
Yeah, it's tricky booking, man. This is really tricky. This is probably one of the trickiest positions they've been in a very long time. And I think I stumbled upon the answer earlier tonight talking to Joe Cronin, because I was wondering the same thing. I was wondering, how are they going to book this properly? Because as you said, and I made the same point on the Joe Cronin show, that they have really stretched out this open challenge thing to be a big payoff. So it would be kind of a shame to lose that. At the same time, it really does make sense for Seth to go over and go over strong, because they want to continue him being champion. I think that's the way they're going to go. So how do they achieve all of this while furthering lines for the future? Well, there's one guy who's rumored to be a part of SummerSlam who has history, and something they did tonight makes me feel this is a possibility. John Cena brought up Triple H tonight. John Cena brought up the fact that Triple H's legacy is at stake. And that was something that they haven't really referenced until tonight. That makes me feel that there is a possibility that The Rock can be getting involved in this match to further Rock's and Triple H's feud that we saw start over a year ago, but really pick up at WrestleMania. So I have a feeling that The Rock's going to be getting involved in that match and costing Seth Rollins, but maybe not the belt. I think he's going to get involved and just screw up the main event. I think that's going to be the best way that they can kind of serve everything. But the most important thing is John Cena and Seth Rollins have to have a hell of a match. That's the important thing. I think that has to be the best wrestling match on the card. It only works if it's a good match. It's the same thing I said about Roman Reigns. If Roman Reigns would have had a really awesome, dominating performance in the Royal Rumble, and Daniel Bryan would have went out in a more spectacular fashion, I think that win by Roman Reigns would have been more palatable. It's the same thing here. If this is a bad match and then The Rock comes out just to save the show, fans are going to be smart to that, and they're going to lose their shit. Just like they have before. Same city, too. It's New York, you know? New York doesn't play with that shit. So I think it's important that the match has to be great. Triple H getting involved in some capacity to protect his legacy, and then out comes The Rock to save Cena, which I think could be interesting.
You said The Rock comes out to screw up the match, maybe not cost Seth Rollins the title. If that's the case, when do you see Seth Rollins losing the title?
A long time from now. I think Seth Rollins will be I think he has a chance to be the guy who takes down CM Punk's streak. I don't think it's coincidence that they have a guy in place who can hold it long enough to do that, and Nikki Bella's about to bust up AJ Lee's streak for consecutive days as champion as well.
That's a shame. That's a shame.
It's really petty, but this is the WWE. This is something that we're come to expect. Seth Rollins has held the belt for a while now, so I think it makes sense. If they want to continue to build him, this is the best way to do it and make him a stronger champion and maybe even a face turn somewhere down the line. So that's what I'm hoping for.
Well, again, you touched on Seth Rollins.
Yeah.
Now, when do you see Cena losing the title, and to who?
Very soon after. I do see it happening very soon after, and probably to you know who wouldn't surprise me, and this might be a little bit of a shock to some people. I got a feeling that coming up here before the next pay-per-view or maybe even after it, John Cena is going to continue to do his U.S. Open challenges and all that stuff. And then a guy like Samoa Joe is going to come out and take the belt off of him. He makes more sense than maybe a younger guy, but I could easily see a Finn Balor. But Samoa Joe, just imagine that. Imagine Samoa Joe's first match being a surprise United States Open Championship cash-in, and he wins the damn thing. That would be really cool.
Well, thanks for putting me on, Dave. I start school next week, so this will probably be my last time being able to call in on Dead on Dave Productions for a while.
Well, I appreciate the call, man. Sorry we had some audio problems at the beginning. That's why I kept you on as long as I did. You delivered. Good job. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Dave.
Take it easy, Jones. Jones is saying, everybody. By the way, if you heard the $1 million laugh, it's because we got a donation. Another one from Stone Cold Cronin fan. This time he donated $1. I don't see Undertaker losing this one. I hope Lesnar gets a last ride on something cool, though. Why can't we see Cena win and Sheamus cash in after a celebration begins for Cena? Fans deserve to see something good and would love that. I don't know if fans would love Sheamus cashing in. Aside from last week, Sheamus has been an afterthought. He's been boring. Nobody's really given a shit about Sheamus. So I don't know. It's an interesting dilemma. I personally don't want to see it. Maybe I'm saying that because I don't want to see it. Maybe I don't give a shit. I don't know. AJ Tucker, you were live with Dead on Dave. What you got?
Well, I just want to say, I don't see, because the guy just touched on the Taker-Lesnar match, I don't really see Taker winning. I really see Brock winning this match, and then Undertaker having his retirement match against Lesnar at WrestleMania 32, and then finally getting that win. That's what I see happening.
Ooh, I don't know if that works. Him losing and then Brock giving him a third match at WrestleMania, I don't see how that works. It's stretch storytelling, but it's possible. I mean,
yeah, you have a point there.
The thing is, I think Taker winning sets up a more logical third match for WrestleMania than a Taker loss. But at the same time, Taker could lose and they can go back to a Shawn Michaels thing from when he almost beat The Undertaker. And Taker could be like, look, I need to beat Brock at WrestleMania. And you know what? They could do this whether he wins or loses. I need to beat Brock at WrestleMania. And then Heyman comes out, we already took your streak. There's nothing else that we want from you. And then The Undertaker says, what about my career? And then they can do it that way. That's a little on the nose. It's a little really easy storytelling. But with The Undertaker, that's kind of how they tend to go. I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see what they do. I don't know. That's the thing. The two biggest matches for SummerSlam, and by the way, this is a good thing. The two biggest matches for SummerSlam are also the two hardest to book. They've really put themselves in a weird situation.
That's really the unpredictability, and that's the great part about SummerSlam. I don't really know what's going to happen.
I'm just not sure. Yeah.
Yeah. But the other thing I wanted to ask you was, what do you think we're going to get out of Stephen Amell for SummerSlam?
I think we're going to get 5 minutes. I think we're going to get a 5-minute match. It's going to be short, sweet, and right to the point. There's nothing that, even with Stone Cold, I don't know what the hell I'm thinking, even with Barrett being the Cosmic King now, it would not surprise me if it's a quick pinfall, Neville getting in some offense, knocking one of them off the ropes, letting Amell come in and do some high-risk maneuver off the top rope, getting the pin. Wouldn't it be kind of cool if fucking Stephen Amell, this is the one thing I could think of happening that would be badass. What if Stephen Amell hits the red arrow?
Oh my gosh.
That's the one way I think that they could save this match. Like, if they want something to talk about, imagine the picture of Stephen Amell hitting the red arrow. How cool would that would be actually pretty cool.
Do you think, yeah, that would be amazing. Do you think we're going to get him dressing up as the Green Arrow? Or would that be like a little more on the cheesy side?
I think it's possible. I also think it's a really bad idea, but I do think it's possible.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, would it be more on like the cheesy side? Because, you know, like, imagine him walking out with the Green Arrow and like superhero music playing in the background.
Yeah. It would be really cheesy. It would be cheesy. But I see them doing it. It would not surprise me.
Yeah. Because they're doing this whole comic book view. Like, that's how they're booking this.
Yeah.
Like, superhero villain. But the last thing I wanted to ask you before I head on out
Go to sleep, I'm sure.
Yeah, GTS. CM Punk. What do you, this tag team division, this tag team matchup for SummerSlam.
Yeah.
What do you think, like, I don't know how to put this, because, like, I really want to see New Day win. I wouldn't mind seeing the Lucha Dragons win.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think, like, if primetime players end up winning this match, what do you think we're going to get out of them in the future? Like,
I'm hoping that doesn't happen. Let me first say that. I really hope the primetime players don't win. I've been just completely bored by their run. I got to be honest. It's done nothing for me.
Yeah, and I will... Oh, sorry.
That's okay. We got another donation. DT, the show-off, donated $1. And he says, I'll never understand the callers of your and Cronin's show. Hey, you're the caller, Dave. You're the caller. Dave is the host. Why are you guys asking him questions? Let him ask you questions. He's the freaking host. And let him go off your answer to father the show. Everything is B. I don't understand what the end of that means. No, see, that's the thing. And I appreciate the donation, DT, the show off. I do appreciate that. But, yeah, I'm the host, but this show really is about you guys. And while giving my opinions that is kind of the whole point of it, and getting questions by the fans is what drives those opinions. Because, let's face it, nobody wants to hear me just go through endless, copious amounts of notes. No, it's the interactions with the fans. Me sometimes throwing some of these bastards over the top ropes and make it special. So, it's okay. I think most of the callers do a good job. Some of them do get a little bit me-ish, but that's okay. That's all right. So I'm defending you guys, but still, DT the show off, good comment, and I really do appreciate the donation. Go ahead, AJ.
Thank you. What I was just gonna say is, like, I will say, WWE did listen to you, because you were saying, like, how primetime players were like, they shouldn't be on commentary.
Yeah.
And I was really, like, glad that they actually wrestled this week and on the Go Home show for SummerSlam. But yeah, basically,
it was a train wreck of a match, by the way.
Yeah, I didn't care for it.
Yeah.
I was in the chat. I wasn't even paying attention to the match, to be honest
with you. Yeah, it was a train wreck, man. That was a train wreck of a match. I didn't like the ending. It looked like Titus got lost. And it, once again, continuing the trend of everybody getting lost tonight. It seemed like that was the thing. Everybody was just put off, and it's not like they could even tell it was commercials, you know, they were just off for some reason. But I had a real problem connecting tonight, and that was one of them. Titus got lost at the ending, completely forgot to tag in one of the freaking Lucha Dragons while there was a distraction on the out. So we got like 8 or 9 seconds of nothing happening in the ring, while El Torito is doing all kinds of high-flying shit on the outside. It was very strange. The whole point of a distraction is to distract so the other guy can come in and get a victory. I don't know.
Yeah.
What else you got?
One more thing. Did you notice the Alicia Fox section sign during
did
like
not.
Raw. I think it was like before Reigns came out or something. I thought it was kind of funny because like Cesaro section, Alicia Fox section. At least she has one fan.
Yeah, good for Alicia. There's somebody who likes her. Bless her
Yeah.
heart. I appreciate the call, AJ.
Thank you for taking my call. Take care.
No problem. You too, buddy. AJ Tucker, everybody. AJ Tucker. And if you want to be like AJ and Jones the Saiyan and so many others, you can go ahead and call in right now on Skype. David Vancura, DavidVancura. And I will take your calls. As long as we got callers and I got notes, I'll continue to go. But once the notes dry up, once the calls dry up, Dave's out of here because I got to figure out how the hell I'm going to afford a new TV. Because I'm pretty sure I broke it. It's working now, but it might stop at any moment. That audio might start doing weird shit again, and then I'm screwed. Because this isn't a monitor. This is actually my fucking TV. I have everything set up through it, and I snapped the goddamn hole for the... And it's never good when you snap a hole. Any hole. It's any hole snapping. Nose hole, bung hole, dick hole, whatever hole you don't want it to snap. It's not good. You don't want to get some in there and break it off. Because that's what I did on the outlet, the inlet, the input for the headphone jack. Snap that bitch right the fuck off, it looks like. And now it's being a dick. But it's my own fault because I'm a big clusterfuck of a man. Anyway, if you guys want to donate to the channel and support the channel, there's many ways you can do it. One, stop everybody right now. Don't stop what you're doing. Stop. Don't type in the chat no more. Stop. Go and hit that like button. Press it gently. Take your mouse and gently rub it over the like button. I want you to outline the like button with your mouse. Caress it. Feel the curves. Feel the contour of it. And then click it. Push it. Push it ever so gently. Push that like button. Do it. Yeah. Push that like button and get me off. Send me to the moon because likes are free. And if you've yet to go and subscribe to the channel, do that as well because we are on a revolution of our own right here on Dead on Dave Productions. We are destined to take over. It is my destiny, perro, to be the maybe wrestling YouTuber. Well, right behind Joe Cronin because I don't want him to fire me. Again, so I'm gonna be right behind him. But it's gonna be like here. I'm gonna be like in real life. I'm gonna be coming up behind Joe Cronin. Yeah, and that's the plan. So as long as we're 1 and 2, it doesn't matter what order it is. Well, at least to me, I'm sure it does. So it's good times. Much appreciate all the support of the likes and the subscriptions. We're well over 1,100 now. Thank you guys for that. Also, cool stuff on the SummerSlam video I did this morning about ESPN covering SummerSlam. Just on a whim. I went ahead and and tweeted it to Jonathan, the coach. Coach, man. And, it was pretty interesting. He not only retweeted me, but he went ahead and commented and called me smart. Holy shit. I've arrived when the coach has called me smart. So, yes, if you didn't believe it before now, the coach has told you all. Dave's smart. So, that was really cool. That was exciting for me. It was the first, big, name or whatever with any wrestling association at all to really comment to me. So that was cool. That was a thrill for me being the mark I am. So that was neat. So it was a good thing for the show, for the channel. So I hope you guys got a little kick out of that. And if you haven't seen it, go ahead and retweet it. Retweet that thing. So we got all kinds of exciting things happening this week. And if you haven't seen that SummerSlam video about ESPN covering it, which is becoming a bigger deal, then make sure you go check that out. Also, check out the match-by-match breakdown I'll be doing all week right here on this channel. Started with the women's matches. I'm doing one NXT. Probably end up having to do 2. One NXT and one SummerSlam match. And pretty good stuff. And I'm just going to break them down and have some fun. Let's see. Sunday. Okay, now everybody. Okay, given name, family name. Dave, please block Sunday Smoothie. If you want Sunday Smoothie to be blocked, if he's that big of a pain in the dick hole, everybody, you know what? I don't. He's annoying. Who the fuck is this Dave guy? You know what? He is annoying. We're gonna block him. There you go. Wish granted. Wish granted. Anyway, let's get back into it. Matthew Goncalves. Matthew Goncalves. I hope that's your name. Dave, will Dean turn heel? I'm an advocate of that. Yes, I think he is going to turn heel. I don't think he's. Let me rewind. He's going to turn on Roman Reigns. Whether or not that's a heel turn, that's remains to be seen. Because if he does it in New York, he's going to get cheered for it. He's not going to get booed. What I don't think is going to happen is I don't believe he's going to join the Wyatt family. So it will be a move. It'll be a turn, but I don't think it's going to be to the Wyatt family. I don't see the point of that. Look, for those of you guys wondering in the chat, I'm not just being malicious in who I blocked, but you know what? If somebody is being that goddamn annoying, I will throw your ass over the top rope because this is a fun show. This is not a malicious show. We have a lot of fun here, and the fan interaction, the people in the chat having fun is a big reason for that. So if somebody is going above and beyond and being a complete cockbag, I will fucking throw you over the top rope, and I don't feel bad about it. Look, I pinched my nipples. Yeah. As I threw your ass over the top rope. So here's really simple. Don't be a dickhead, and I won't throw you over the top rope. I won't block you. But I will continue to rub my nipples. And now they're hard. Yeah. Nice. Nipple hard. Anyway, so this is pretty crazy stuff going on this week. Like I said, with the whole week that I'm going to be doing all the breakdowns and everything, it's because we do have so much going on. Access is kicking off later in the week. That's going to be a lot of fun. And then not only that, we've got the big NXT show on Saturday. How much fun is that going to be? That's going to be great. That's going to be fantastic. So I'm really excited about that as well. And it's going to be a lot of fun. So I'm hearing a little bit that the stream is freezing. I'm not getting any notification of that. Usually I could tell when the stream freezes. And so it might be your computer. I don't know. Refresh. Because my stuff is saying it's completely fine. So sorry, Jake Hardy. I don't know if it's just you. But you're the only one saying it. So here we go. Let's get back to the copious amounts of notes. By the way, if I don't get any more callers, I'm going to take off here in a few minutes because what's the point of staying on once I get through my notes? So if you want to get your voice heard on Dead on Dave Productions, go ahead and come on to the show right now. David Vancura, DavidVancura on Skype. And I understand a lot of people are not going to be here from now on because school started up and there's a lot of people that are still in high school that listen to this show and a lot of wrestling shows because let's face it, wrestling's for kids in a lot of ways. Why a 32-year-old man is talking about it on YouTube? Because I got nothing else to do. I got a 10-year-old daughter. She's chilling out. She hates wrestling. I still love wrestling. I got hurt in Iraq, man. I ain't got nothing to do. I could stay up all night. It's 7 o'clock in the morning here in Germany, motherfuckers. My day is just beginning. And how do I want to spend that day? I want to spend it with you guys talking about the thing I love, wrestling, because I'm passionate about it. I'm passionate about it because I love my wrestling. And so that's why I continue to talk about it. But I understand that a lot of people, this is late for you guys. Late on the East Coast. It's getting late on the West Coast. And school is back in session. So for those of you going back to school, get good grades. Don't be a dumbass. There you go. Let's go ahead and take a caller. Rod the Entertainer is live with Dead on Dave. Jesus Christ, Rod, you better not fucking try the foreplay shit again. Get to the fucking what you got.
I like to tantalize. What can I say?
Oh, God, you tantalize. You fucking
titillate.
lies.
Do you think it's possible that or like what do you think about the Undertaker?
Like what? Do I think he's
Oh, wait,
cute?
what
What do
just
you mean by
happened?
that?
What just happened? My phone just like beeped.
What do you mean? What do I think
I was
about
like,
the Undertaker? Are you asking if I think he's cute?
no. What do you think about him just completely kind of dominating Brock tonight?
That's the
Um,
tonight they just did the exact
yeah,
same spot that they did at the pay per view.
yeah,
It's
it
no
was kind of
different. The
lame to
lights go
me.
out. He
But...
comes up, kicks him in the dick, choke slam, tombstone. I don't know if it called domination
And
because
what
once
about the
again he had
Paul
to kick him in
Heyman?
the dick.
What about the Paul Heyman promo? I thought
Loved
it
it.
was pretty
Loved it again.
glorious. Yeah, and it was
Gold
crazy
by
because
the Paulrus.
yeah, he's absolutely amazing. I have one more question.
Yeah.
One more question. Do you think it's possible? Because I've been thinking this the whole time, ever since I was, Battleground. I was like, I know what they're gonna do, and I pray to God that they don't do it. Bringing out Kane, having him on look like he's gonna be on Undertaker's side, and then all of a sudden he just turns on Taker.
They could do it, but I really hope not. I thought
Because
about
that
it
gives
too.
them
I did think about it too back when Kane was cutting those little bit of promos in the back where he was saying, "Don't ever talk about my family again." I thought that was a possibility, and a lot of people have talked about the option of having Undertaker's last match be against Kane, but I just don't see the point of having another screw job in this match. But we'll see.
I feel like they constantly. It's so rare for the WWE just to see me let a match finish in such a storyline. But
Why are you whistling, Adrian? Don't whistle. Raw, finish Raw.
I said I feel like they're not afraid though to let a match go unfinished at a pay-per-view. It's a huge ripoff to me. I think it's a huge cop out,
Yeah.
but I don't think they're above that because they're going to try and draw as much as they can for WrestleMania. So they're kind of laying the
See,
foundation.
I would agree with you when it's the smaller events, the smaller pay-per-views, but at the bigger events, usually they do tend to give us actual payoffs. So sometimes it is. I don't see them building for WrestleMania quite yet. That's why I don't think the Kane thing will happen. I don't think the Sting thing will happen with that match. I do think it could happen with the title match because of how they've booked it and how they painted themselves into a corner with Cena and Rollins. That's why I think The Rock getting involved to start up something with Triple H makes a little bit of sense. But with the other match, I think the way they built it and the fact that we haven't seen them get physical for an entire month until tonight, you have to give us this nut. You've stroked us, you've rubbed us down. Now we have to bust a nut. It has to happen.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking it has to have a resolution.
Because the last thing you want to do is just let it fizzle out. You don't want that to happen in such a huge rivalry. And also, what do you think about the promo at the very beginning of the show with them like talking over the music? It felt like something on like HLN Shopping Network or something. I think that's what it's called.
It was interesting for me because I was like, the first thing I thought of was like, man, this is old school. This is old school Undertaker.
Really?
Yeah, it was complete like 96, 97, 95 Undertaker to me. I mean, the only thing that if it would have been the old parlor music. That's the only difference. And then JD from New York put on Twitter, which I thought was interesting. He said it was the exact same promo that he cut on Yokozuna in 1996, going into, I believe, the same event. So that was interesting.
I meant the promo with Triple H and Stephanie at the beginning because I know that really bored a lot of people, including myself.
Oh, that's what you were talking about?
Yeah. I thought the Undertaker promo was
Undertaker's
all right. Yeah.
No, I understood what they were doing with Triple H and Stephanie's promo. It was, it's to sell SummerSlam. I didn't think it was that boring. It didn't go on too long. I just felt that it was the problems of night started right there with some of the mistiming on the graphics work and stuff. But I didn't think the promo overall was that bad.
Yeah, I guess not. It just seemed like a very awkward night overall. It wasn't necessarily bad. It was just really kind of cringeworthy.
It was.
But yeah, bro, I'm gonna think throw myself over the top rope.
No, you don't get to throw yourself over the top rope. You're not fucking Hornswoggle. I get to throw you over the top rope. That's the whole fun of the top rope.
Okay, but what can you do it like in style? Can you like flip me like in a really cool way?
I'll get stylish. So listen here, Bon. You come in this gin joint every single night and you give me shit. So I'm gonna tell you right now, buddy. Here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna take you I'm going to take 1 foot over that top rope. And then I'm going to have you straddle the ropes. And then I'm going to rock you up upside down and rack your nuts a little bit. And then I'm going to take my big boot and I'm going to kick you over the rest of the top rope. And you're going to tumble to the ground and you're going to fall. And both feet are going to hit and you're going to be eliminated. There you go. Norm Macdonald just threw you over the top fucking rope. That was a terrible Norm Macdonald. Terrible Norm Macdonald. I feel bad that I said it was a Norm Macdonald. Oh my God. Adrian Lopez, you're live with Dead on Dave. I apologize for the Norm Macdonald.
Norm Macdonald, hello.
Yeah. What's up, man? What you got?
What's up, Dave? I had a call. Hopefully I'm your last caller.
What's that?
Hopefully I am your last caller.
Oh, you might be, yeah.
Okay, I just got a quick question before you go out and knock out. This question has to do with Undertaker and Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
You think we'll see any surprises at the end of this match at SummerSlam? Like, just an interference by somebody else?
No, and I just explained why. I don't think they can. This match needs a resolution. It needs a solid ending. For anyone to get involved with it, especially because I think there's going to be interference in the title match, to have the 2 biggest matches on the card have screwball endings, I think there'd be a fucking riot. So, no, I don't think that match will have a screwy finish.
Then a last question. The Rock, will he have something to do with the pay-per-view?
You haven't been listening to this show, have you?
No, because I've been working, sir.
I went into a long thing explaining, yes, I do think The Rock is going to be involved. I think he's going to be a part of the screwball finish in the title match. I think that's why they introduced the whole angle tonight with Triple H's legacy, because that's going to be, I think it's going to be Dwayne fucking with his legacy, and that's going to send Triple H into a tangent, and that's going to build their match to WrestleMania. I also think that they're both going to captain a team at Survivor Series. Not necessarily wrestle, but I think they're both going to captain the team at Survivor Series. I know I'm brilliant, right?
Yup.
You got anything else, bud?
Nope.
I appreciate the call, Mr. Lopez.
All right.
Take it easy. Adrian Lopez, everybody. Adrian Lopez. I think we're gearing up towards the end of the night. Parker Shuck, this caller kind of sounded like a jerk. Boom. That's funny. This caller has special needs. Stone Cold Cronin fan, the W in WWE stands for screwball. That's how fucked up all the finishes are. Yeah, I know, right? That's funny. Stone Cold Cronin fan says, I will keep throwing questions at you if that makes you stay on. It won't. It won't. It won't make me stay on at all. So it's all good. Well, I think, let's see here. Let's go through the rest of my copious amounts of notes. I think we're going to shut down the calls for tonight. If you do want to call in, I might still take it. So enter at your own risk at this point, because you might get thrown over the top real quickly. But if you're sitting there and need something to do, hit the like button, fondle it, love it. Make love to the like button. And then go ahead and make love to that subscribe button as well if you haven't hit that. Also, you can buy copious gear at deadondave.spreadshirt.com. You can buy copious gear, man, like this shirt, the copious club shirt, and of course, the copious mug. Drink from my face. Oh my God, what better way to start your day than drinking from my face? Ugh, come on. You can go by there. Also, if you want to direct in a more quick, satisfying way, you can go right into the description box of this video and click the donate button and donate to the channel like 3 people have done tonight. We've gotten all kinds of good little messages. So thank you to everyone who's donated. The 3 donators of the night are DT the Show Off and 2 donations by Stone Cold Cronin fans. So if you want to be like those cool guys, go ahead and donate, and I'll read your message off to the masses. Stone Cold Cronin fan writes, do you ever come to England, Dave? No, I've never been to England, ever. I want to go to England, but I've never been. But I'm close enough. I'm in Germany. So there you go. Let's get back to the notes and wrap this train wreck up. Once again, I want to apologize for the weird beginning to the show. If you've been here since the beginning of it, I snapped my damn friggin' the headphone jack. I think I snapped it off in my television and right before the show, so I wasn't able to hear people at the very beginning, and that really sucks because televisions are expensive. So, and I'm a medically retired Army personnel. I've got a lot of schizo, so that sucks. But it seems to be working, so we might be okay. Let's hope for the latter. Oh, you know what though? This I do have something saved. This could be my excuse. I could be like, babe, I need to buy a new TV. Or no, that's not how I do it. I say, God damn it, I'm buying a TV because I am man. I make fire. I make meat. And I need TV. So that's what I'll do probably. If you knew my wife, you know that's not what I'll do at all. Because she's big. She's big German, and I'm a fat Polish. Oh, we got a donation. Let's see who it's by. It's by Rod the Entertainer. He donated $3. Have me on Creators Corner. I will have copious amounts of notes. Rod, I love you. I love you, but Creators Corner is for creators. I don't know what you've created. I don't know what you do. And my God, dude, you're the human fucking sleep machine, dude. You are the you tell me what you do and you tell me your story and why it needs to be heard to the masses. And I'll tell you what, I'll have you on Creators Corners. I do love fucking with you. So at the very least, I'll have that. I can just mess with you. I can send copious amounts of insults your way. That would be great. That'd be fun. Oh, my ass hurts. Oh, okay. Back to the notes before we wrap this thing up. Let's see here. Yes, so we got the weird finish to the Randy Orton-Cesaro match versus Kevin Owens and Sheamus. Then we got the weird Undertaker segment. It was so old school, man. It was just an old school weird promo. I mean, all we needed was the old school organ music, parlor music. That's all we needed, and that would have capped it off. And as I said before, JD from New York actually tweeted out and said that was the exact same promo he cut on Yokozuna. I have not yet confirmed that, but I'm going to trust JD because usually he knows what he's talking about. Then I made a note about the signs that they're using for the WWE Network because obviously we're too stupid to get it only by verbal repetition, $9.99. That didn't work before. Everybody hated it and they stopped doing it eventually. But now we get signs. Signs that just let us know we think you're really stupid, so look at the signs as we're talking. It worked because, hey, I mean, I get it now. Yeah, hiccup and do a burp. That's impressive. Let's take a caller, because why the hell not? Your friend Cake is live with Dead on Dave. What you got? Your shit has not worked all night. Don't know what to tell you. Don't know what to tell you. Your shit doesn't work. Let's see if my audio's still working.
Imagine him
Oh, it is. It is. So it's you, not me. Back to the notes. So then we get the backstage segment of Seth Rollins, who's saying that championships are not enough. Beating Cena is not enough. Now he wants a statue. So I kind of like this, I have to admit, because Seth Rollins he's so megalomaniacal, and I really do enjoy that. I wish. Here's the thing. I'm going to jump to the contract signing just to make this point. Seth Rollins' promo is indicative. It's a perfect example of who he is. He's the first part of his promo is the Seth that I hate. Annoying, just seems to go nowhere, just brash for no reason. Then he put down the microphone and was about to sign the contract, didn't sign it, picked back up the microphone, and then he got real. He started saying some really good shit. He had some really good lines. I really did enjoy it. I thought he was very funny. It was good. The whole John's the villain. He's a disease and I'm the cure. I love that line. Great line. And I thought that is the Seth Rollins that I can really get behind, and I want to see as a long-term champion. So I don't mind him, this statue talk. It's so ridiculous that I actually kind of dig it. So then we got Dean Ambrose coming out to have Roman Reigns' back as he takes on Luke Harper. Dean's on commentary, and some of the best things that happened was even before the match started. The interaction between Dean Ambrose and Bray Wyatt, Dean stealing the chair from Byron Saxton and then telling Bray to sit down. I thought that was funny. Dean felt weird tonight to me. Like, the shit he was saying, oh, that really hurt. The shit he was saying, he felt like he was on a leash. Like, he could not really be himself and go off, which is kind of the problem of Dean Ambrose. But I think it kind of feeds into my whole belief that he's going to turn on, maybe not full-blown heel, but turn on Roman. So I think it's very possible that's what we're going to see. As for the match, I thought the match was really solid. I thought it was a very physical confrontation between Roman Reigns and Luke Harper. That shouldn't be a surprise, though. These are the type of matches that these two work together. So that's what we got. The ending pissed me off to no end. The match was really solid until that ending. Roman Reigns with the no-sell of the powerbomb into a fucking Superman punch and then a goddamn spear drove me ballistic. Because they're going back to booking him the way that they did before, this John Cena bullshit. And look, we accepted it from Cena. Well, actually, a lot of people don't accept it from Cena, but we understand it. We don't want to see this again with Roman Reigns. Selling is so important, and it seems to be something that Roman has got better at doing. And for him to completely no-sell that ending was just atrocious to me. So after that abortion of an ending, we got another train wreck. As soon as I saw Tamina in the ring, I was like, oh God, why? And they put her in there with her worst style matchup, Becky. Paige is physical, and she much better matchup. Charlotte would have been the obvious matchup because of size and strength and athleticism, and probably could have got more out of Tamina. But Becky is sheer quickness, and she's not going to overpower Tamina. And Tamina's so green, and I noticed at least 3 times in this match where she was completely out of position. But for Tamina, it wasn't a bad match. I mean, usually she's much worse than that. And Becky did get enough out of her to make it somewhat interesting and eventually get the victory with the disarmer. But goddamn is Tamina limited. And I know they want to showcase all 9 women in this revolution, and that's great. But when you have Natalya sitting on the sidelines, when you have Bayley down in NXT, it feels wrong to have someone like Tamina who just can't work. She just does. She's physically imposing, but that's all she has. Just have her be the Diesel. Just be bodyguard, and that's it. Don't have her wrestle matches. Just have her just stand in the background and kick people. That's all she has to do. That's all she can do. But hey, that's me going a little pissy on it, but oh well. Then we got Rusev and Henry again. Why do we keep getting Henry? He looks horrible. Don't even call him the world's strongest man. Call him the world's weakest dingle fuck. I don't know what to call him. The world's strongest senior citizen. I don't know. And I like Mark Henry. I had a great conversation with him in 2007. Tribute to the Troops. He was standing in the back with Umaga, Hardcore Holly. Because nobody was talking to him and those 2 guys, man. They were just talking to everybody else because Cena was there and Hardy was there and Randy Orton and Mr. Kennedy and all these guys. So everyone's talking to them. I wanted to talk to these other dudes who have seen some cool shit. So I have this really cool conversation with Mark Henry, and I love the guy. He's such a company man. He's done all these things. I just feel it's a goddamn shame this is how they continue to treat this man. It's like, damn. And he doesn't work anymore. He's done. Him and Big Show. Let's go. Him, Big Show, Kane. Bye-bye. Let's be done with it. But, oh well. So I knew that we were getting that match, and I was like, boo. And then I saw Lana on commentary, and I'm like, yay, that's great. I love Lana. I love what she's doing. I love the story that she's telling. It's a simplistic story about a woman getting her power back and all that, and that's great. It's a little counterintuitive when she's still relying on a man, but I love the fact that after the match, things escalate, and she gets in the ring, takes off her shoes, which for some reason drives me insane when she takes off those heels and she becomes a foot shorter. It's like, you might as well just got naked for me. I don't know why. I like seeing her feet It's not that I'm attracted to feet. I can't explain what Lana does. It's the Lana vagina vortex all over again. It's insane. I just get lost in this woman. There's something about her, man. I just don't know what it is. I'm like, oh, I just take off the shoes. Holy shit. So she takes off the shoes. She calls Hot Summer back to the ring, and they get a little hoity-toity. And then I love it, man. She gives Rusev the come get some, and that was great. And then she backs off, and then here comes Mr. Ziggles with a brand new look. Oh, his hair, it was longer, and it was darker, and it was just dreamy. Oh my God, he looked so good. I was very impressed with the way that he looked there. The look that he had was so retro. It was like straight out of 1997. It was incredible. He looked great. He hit a DDT, a flying DDT, and boom, pow, right in the kisser, and it was amazing. Oh my God. I actually did enjoy the look, the new look by Ziggler. Long hair suits him well, but it kind of draws the comparisons to Shawn Michaels more, so I don't know how long they're going to let him go. They're probably going to make him cut it back down a little bit, but I did enjoy the look, and I liked the segment. I thought it was good. Them both hitting kicks on the evil Hot Summer and Rusev. I thought it was cool. So then we got Ryback. Ryback versus The Miz, which, again, they do nothing with. This match at SummerSlam is already so boring and so useless. This better be a quick matchup, because all of the matchups between these three guys that they've had in this rivalry, which has been going on for a fucking long time, has been short and boring. So that better be the same thing, because if they're going to have a good match out of these guys, why not have the Miz, I don't know, pin Ryback tonight? Why not? Let's get a little fucking intrigue for this triple threat match. Show on commentary and then bitching out not coming to the ring after. I like Ryback showing a little bit of fire, but the segment was a waste. Without Big Show getting into the ring and him just being, I mean, what's the point of being a giant if you're just a giant pussy? What's the point? I don't get it. Why? What's the point? I don't understand. So then we got the winner-take-all contract signing, which I did really like. Again, I liked Seth Rollins. I liked what he said. I really enjoyed what Cena did. I thought it was good. He was a little flustered tonight. He stumbled over some words, which he usually doesn't do. We get on Cena for a lot of things. We hate the content in what he says, but he never has a problem in the way in which he delivers them. Tonight he did, and it just kind of went along with the whole theme of the night, where everything seemed to be just a tad off, and I don't really know why. I don't think that these guys are buckling under the pressure of this week, but it certainly could be that. But other than that, I thought the segment was actually good. Far too long, but very good. Cena doing what he does, and he sold this match for me. I do want to see this fight. I'm excited about it. I hope it's a good match. I think it's very important that it is a good fight between the two, whether or not they go to screwball finish or not. We'll see what happens. Then we got this tragedy against wrestling. That was the 8-man tag team match. Los Matadores working on the heel side with the New Day for some reason. It was just, I don't know, there was just nothing in this match for me. And then friggin' Xavier Woods gets beaten up by El Torito for some reason. And that was supposed to lead to a distraction for Titus to get tagged out. And then the win came, but Titus just stood there watching El Torito fly through the air like he got mesmerized by the little midget doing his thing. And then it was like 8 seconds of deadness, almost like that big pause there. And then boom, one of the Lucha Dragons, I believe it was Kalisto, comes in and gets the victory with a sunset flip or a hurricanrana into a pin. I don't even know. It was stupid. It was annoying, and it was a terrible match, and it really pissed me off. Then the weirdest thing of the night for me, and it wasn't weird because it was weird. I mean, Stardust is usually weird, but this whole segment was bizarre and strange. King Barrett getting the new Cosmic King robes. I fucking loved it. I don't know why. I was really tired at this point. Like, I'm tired now, too. I was really tired, and I loved it. I'm like, that's amazing. Look at this weird shit. It's great. I don't know what's going to come of the match, but hey, I love that. There's something wrong with me. Then we got Sasha and Nikki, which I thought this was interesting. The crowd was completely checked out of this match. Yeah, at first they were in Sasha's corner, and then over the course of the match, because it was really slow, mainly because Nikki is nursing a back injury, which is completely understandable. And if you go back and watch the match, at the beginning she was stretching her back a lot. She's obviously in pain, and it's hard to watch wrestlers work with back pain. Take it from a guy who has a lot of back issues. I can't imagine taking a bump. Fuck that. So Nikki working through it, I thought that was really good for her and showed a lot of class, but the match should have been more than what it was. Sasha doing her thing is great and people seem to like it, but this was the first time that the crowd started to do the old stuff they used to do during Divas matches. Chant for the announcers, stuff like that, or straight out chant boring. We were getting that tonight, and that was a little unfair, I thought, but this was a crowd that had sat through 2 and 45 minutes hours worth of crap, and I think they were getting frustrated because they wanted Lesnar. So after that match, after Nikki gets pinned by the NXT champion, no, not pinned, subbed the fuck out. She taps, in a as expected slow-paced match, which I thought it was good that she won. It kind of makes it hard to book NXT TakeOver, but maybe not. Lesnar finally does come out at the end of the show. Paul Heyman does his thing, and he does it beautifully. We get singing out of Heyman. He's multi-talented. The crowd is eating up, and Lesnar looked emotional. He looked like being in Minnesota really got to him. And I don't know if that was planned or if that was Lesnar really feeling it, but it was cool. It was a cool moment. And then eventually Undertaker does come out, and instead of an interesting brawl or an interesting stare down or Taker and Brock saying something, we get the exact same spot that we got at Battleground. Lights go out, lights come on, kick in the dick, choke slam, tombstone, good night. That was annoying as fuck. God, was that just completely agitating. I did not see the point of that. And he got booed, man. He got booed out of the goddamn ring. The Undertaker got booed tonight. Now, that's partially because it was Minnesota and Brock was so over, and I get that. But I think a lot of it is, too, that people were confused at what we just saw out of The Undertaker. And that's understandable, too, if that's part of the reasoning. For the second straight time, The Undertaker had to take a coward's way out and kick someone in the dick. I thought it was hilarious. Someone in the front row says, "You low-blowing pussy," or cheap-shotting. You cheap-shotting pussy. He screamed that at The Undertaker. That was great. And you heard it on camera. Go back and listen for it. It's there. And it was hilarious. So there it is. There's Monday Night Raw. So we've waited this long, so now it's time for my ratings. And my rating for tonight is a 5. It's a 5. 5? Yes, it's a 5. That's the thing. It's a 5. That's what I got. What do you guys have? Right now in the chat, here's what I want you to do. Go ahead and put your ratings for the night. Out of 10, what did you think about tonight? I know it's going to be brutal. Give it to me. I'm ready for it. Thank you guys for staying in here as long as you have. I know it's been kind of a lengthy show. I felt I needed to give it to you because of the way we started, but that's what it was. So let me know what you think about this night's Raw. I give it a 5. 5? Also, while you're doing that, make sure you hit the like button if you've yet to do it. Also, go and hit that subscribe button. And also, you can buy copious gear over at www.deadondave.spreadshirt.com, all designed by the great Isaac Rojas. And don't forget about checking out my man who does the opening intro to the beginning of the show, Real Talk, the Metaphor Messiah. Make sure you go check him out over on SoundCloud or realtalkthetruth.com, his website. Check that out. That's awesome. And all that great stuff. So make sure you're doing that. And, of course, after this, go check out Joe Cronin on the Joe Cronin Show. We did our review before this, and it was awesome. Let's get to some reviews here. Trent Daler, 5 out of 10. Jacqueline Powell. We got a woman in the chat. We don't have many, so that's good. Jacqueline, hello. How you doing? How old are you? I'm kidding. 4 out of 10. Chris J, 3 out of 10. Given name, family name. because he was going to get booed anyways. Okay, whatever. Alex Williams, go-home shows have been poor. I agree. Go-home shows have been really poor, and then they've led to good pay-per-views. That could happen again. Very possible. Alex Williams, 6 out of 10. Thunder, 139. Chris Benoit family out of 10. That's in poor taste. You're better than that. Or maybe you're not. Because I'm not. I read it, so fuck it. Dr. Bostonian, Big Show is terrible out of 10. Alex Williams, Undertaker is a dick kicker out of 10. So, there you go. There you go. That's about going to wrap it up for me. Make sure you check out, also, on top of everybody else I told you to check out, Obey. Tommy C over at Shot from the Point. If you need hockey information, go check him out. Does a great job. He's going to be on vacation for the next 2 weeks, so if something pops, I might be on that channel. Who knows? Or he might call in from his undisclosed vacation site. Also, Jeff the Huff Huffman, and I went and did an amazing episode of Touch 'Em All, our weekly baseball show. Make sure you go check that out. That was a lot of fun. So we had a really good show today. I hope you guys checked out it as well. Other than that, that's all I got. Thank you guys for joining me. And all week you will see probably everything else is going to be on hold except for the reviews for SmackDown and NXT. And all week you're going to get match-by-match breakdowns of SummerSlam and NXT. So I hope you guys enjoy that as well. And remember, Saturday is Dead on Dave Live. Yes, Dead on Dave Live. Saturdays now, 1 to 3 p.m. at least Eastern Standard Time. So make sure you check that out as well. Thank you guys for joining me. Really appreciate it. If you want to donate to the channel, you can do that right in the donation or in the description box. There's a little donation link. Click that and you can donate. Give the fat man a tip if you are so inclined to do so. Thank you for joining me. Really appreciate it. Like, subscribe, and share. And as always, if you don't have talent, have talented friends. We'll see you next time. Peace.
Greetings and salutations, Dave, or I guess technically I should call you Dead on Dave. This is Christopher Daniels, your favorite
Everyone, it's the
wrestler.
Native American Tonka. Want to give a big shout out to Dead on Dave.
Dave, this is Leon White, Big Van Vader.
Dead on Dave. What's up, man? It's the coach.
Hello,
You
this is the
know who
hardcore
it
legend Mick Foley, and I know when I want to keep up with the latest in wrestling news from around the world, I check in with Dead on Dave Productions. He covers a wide variety of wrestling topics, including the career of the hardcore legend. Don't miss it. Dead on Productions. Yeah.